Hello survivors, and welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. Today's video is going to be a full-on construction video with no interruptions. I'm going to be rebuilding the 5-minute base like I made a couple of videos ago that was so horribly destroyed on a Horde night. And that's because it wasn't a Horde base, it was an Outpost base. What's the difference? An Outpost base is meant to just be a place for you to survive the night on a normal night. Let's say you're out ranging and you're collecting supplies, you go to an area that you just want to loot, and it gives you a place to get back to and be safe during the night or during the day as far as that goes. But it's not made to withstand the aggression and the sheer number of zombies that come at you on a Horde night. So with that in mind, this new base is going to be built out of reinforced concrete blocks that are 6,000 hit points, as opposed to the cobblestone blocks in the last one that are only 1,500 hit points. So 4 times as strong on the block construction. And then for the shooting balcony, I'm going to be using scrap iron grates. Those are 1,000 points. The cobblestone frame plates that I used on the last one were only 200 points. The difference, of course, is this new base costs a lot more in resources to build, but it should be a lot sturdier. The maze trap at the bottom of the base that keeps the zombies from running back and forth where you can never get a bead on them is going to be made out of reinforced concrete. Last time it was wood, and so this will be a lot stronger. I do have a couple of thoughts on how to improve the structure next time, so stick around till the end of the video and we'll talk about that. Now, one more thing, in my next video I will be spending a Horde night in this simple outpost base just to test its strength, so be sure and catch my next video. As always, if you're enjoying this content, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with somebody. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment down below. Now, let's build something. Alright, let's head over to the new base location and get started on this base. Now, if you haven't seen the first 5-minute base build and its resulting absolute annihilation, I'll put the links down below. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Here we are at the old base that, as you can see, got wiped out. I'm going to build this new one just a little ways down the road from the old one, and I'm going to use hardened concrete instead of cobblestone this time. So I use the rebar frames first, and I'll build the structure out of that, and then I'll go back through with my hammer and upgrade them to a 6,000 point concrete block. As you may have noticed, I went with one more column there on the back end, and that is to give it a little bit more strength and give me a little bit more room to maneuver up on top of the base once it's finished. And that really didn't cost much more in the way of resources, just one more row of concrete blocks across the top of the structure. Now, I'm not going to speed this first part up because I want to see how long it takes to build the columns and the platform on top of the columns, which I call the base structure. That actually took just under 4 minutes to build that base structure out of rebar frames, concrete, and concrete plates. Now again, this is not intended to be a horde base, but it would give a survivor a place to get off the ground on a normal night if you're out ranging far from your main base. I'll speed this footage up where I'm adding the accessories. This is scrap iron grates, and they are much stronger than the cobblestone frames were, so there should be a lot less problem with them being blown out. I'm going to put on some music now and use captions so I can name the parts as they are listed in the build menu. And there we have the finished product. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comment section down below. In my next video, I will test this non-Horde Night base on a Horde Night. Well, that is a new and improved 5-minute base. So, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. But before you go, the changes I would make next time is I had one very astute viewer point out that I could have used catwalk corners with the railings for the 4 corners, and I would not have to put those on from the ground. And that's true. I was trying to limit the number of slots that I took up, and I wanted to have all this stuff pre-made so I could go to wherever I was going and build it quickly without having to build the parts on site. And so that would cost me 1 more slot if I did that. However, there's only 4 pieces and it's just made of wood, so I think in the future I will do that, and I'll just build those on site because that won't take any time. And the other thing I would do different, but again it would take up 1 more slot, and that is make the base here around the edge. I would use reinforced concrete ramps, because then a plate like this, if there's a cop directly under the base and he detonates, the force hits here. If it's a concrete ramp, then it's like this and it will deflect the force to some degree. I don't know how accurate the physics are on this game, but it wouldn't cost anything to try that, and so that's how I would do it if I was going to do it again. So remember, my next video is me trying to survive the night in that base. I just got to wait for a Horde Night, because I won't do it on a Horde Night. Again, even though this is not a Horde Night base, I just thought it'd be fun to give it a shot. So come back for that. Anyway, that's it for today, and enjoy your apocalypse. Hello, survivors. Also, the maze trap at the base of the base. Also, the maze trap at the bottom of the base is going to be made out of reinforced concrete blocks. Plates, sorry, not blocks, plates. That will also be much stronger than the wood plates I used the first time. So, with that in mind, please give me a thumbs up and like. Now, let's build something.